So we back with some more videos that'll make you question everything. But remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. Let's check it out.
I'm going to give you guys the latest update on the Kansas City 3 because look, I know all of you guys are not happy with the way things are going, and you know what? You're not alone because the friends and family aren't happy either. They said that they're not happy with the lack of information. They don't understand how these guys could have been in Jordan Willis's backyard and he had no idea, and also why Jordan hasn't spoken to them, any of the family members, at all since that night. So I'm going to go over this first, but definitely keep watching because I'm also going to go over the updated, current, accurate timeline. So as of yesterday evening, police are saying that there is still no evidence of foul play and that they're not even investigating this as a homicide. According to their spokesperson, this still remains a death investigation and nothing more. They said that they still have no evidence or indication of any foul play and that nobody is in police custody. Now, this is the most up-to-date and accurate timeline, and I will tell you in a second where to find this. This is going to clear up a lot of the information that's out there. So starting at the top, that is when the game starts. The second entry below that is when the Chiefs officially defeat the Chargers, and that is when Johnson, Harrington, and McGinney arrive at the home of Jordan Willis sometime after the game. Then at 12:01 a.m., Alex Weimer-Lee, the fifth guy, leaves, says goodbye to his friend, and leaves everybody else there still watching Jeopardy. Then 30 minutes later, according to Willis's attorney, he goes to bed, leaving his friends downstairs. Now, the next morning when the guys don't show back up, McGinney's fiance and Johnson's mother start texting the fifth guy, Alex Weimer-Lee, to ask if they know where the three friends are. And apparently Alex texts Jordan Willis, but doesn't get a response back. When they still haven't heard anything by 7 p.m., a friend of theirs, Dakota Latier, goes over and starts banging on the door of Jordan's house for about 20 minutes, but gets no response. Now, this next part I think is going to really clear up some confusion. So at 9 p.m. on that night, they go over to Willis's house, the fiance does, seeing that the vehicles are still parked on the street, begins to knock on the door, but there's no answer. There's no other entrances around it because there's a fence surrounding the backyard, so she decides to break into the home through a basement window. Now, once inside the house, she starts calling out for Jordan Willis, but gets no answer, but then she sees the back porch and a body on the back porch, and that's when she finds the guys. Now, that's when police are called, and they show up by about 9:51 p.m. They say that Jordan Willis is very cooperative. They search the house and decides that there are no obvious signs of foul play. Then on January 20th, Willis's attorney sends out his first press release saying that his client has absolutely nothing to do with their deaths, did not know that the bodies were in his backyard, did not hear anyone knocking because he wears earbuds, and uses a loud fan when he sleeps. Then on January 21st, Willis shut down all of his social media and moved out of the rental home. On the 22nd, Willis's attorney says that Jordan went to bed while his three friends were still awake. And then on the 23rd, says that the fifth person, who was later revealed to be Alex Weimer-Lee, was with the men on January 7th and was still at the house when Willis went to bed that night. But on the 24th, Alex came forward and said, whoa, that's not true. I was there when they were all still up, and I left and everyone was still awake watching Jeopardy. Alex also debunked the fact that Jordan received no text messages, saying that I texted him, I reached out to him too, despite the fact that Jordan said he received no text messages. Now, if y'all want to know how long toxicology and autopsy is going to take, apparently the autopsy will be weeks before we get it back, and toxicology can take up to 8 weeks before we get that back.
Jeez.
Anyways, if you want to see that complete timeline, I'm going to post it on my Instagram. You can access it by going to my bio.
That's what that was the first question I was gonna ask. How long before we get the toxicology report and all of that type of stuff, man? That long? I guess they're trying to be very, very thorough. Maybe due to the weather conditions as well, with the bodies being the way they were found. It probably could possibly take longer, maybe. But am I the only person that feels like, how are we automatically ruling out foul play? You found bodies in the backyard. Three of them. How are we ruling that out so fast? Just based on y'all finding them in the cold or whatever? Like, I don't understand that part. The timeline as he was going down it. The part that gets me as well is the next day when they start calling, no response. That's weird. You know what I mean? You moving out so fast. That's weird. Like, it's a bunch of red flags throughout that timeline that just make me go, that's weird. But I guess it's going to take some time to figure this one out, man. This family needs closure, bro. This family needs, those families, plural, needs closure for this. This is crazy.
Dinosaur shrimp were just found alive in Arizona. These dinosaur shrimp have 3 eyes. You can see 2 in the shape of a heart and then 1 in the dead center. And they survive as eggs for decades. Some scientists are even saying they could be over 100 years old. And they don't hatch until the climate is just right for them to hatch. We know Arizona as a desert, but it didn't used to be that way. In prehistoric times, it was a sea. Okay, how long have these things been there? Because they were found in this area, which is a prehistoric place where indigenous people used to play ball, or so they think. They really don't know what this is used for, but this is a protected area by the state. And it's a tourist destination. But what happened was there were monsoon rains, and this area filled up with water. It doesn't usually rain like that in Arizona, and they were just waiting for this to evaporate because they said it doesn't take long. Now that they had a pool, they were ready to hatch. So they hatched in the pool. Wow. And after they hatched, they immediately started to feed on their environment and grow. Kind of makes me wonder what else is going to come out of the earth as the environment continues to change. Follow for more tea. Dinosaur shrimp.
I don't care what you say. You seeing stuff like that, you can't tell me aliens ain't on this planet, bro. I don't care what you say. Go argue with somebody else that ain't me. You ain't finna tell me looking at that thing, and I know some people gonna be like, oh man, those things been around for years. Those are such and such. They're gonna be even able to identify. I don't care. Those are aliens, fam. They're not supposed to be here. I'm sorry. No way.
For Valentine's Day, this New Jersey shelter will name a feral cat after your ex and then spay or neuter them. I do believe you have to donate to the shelter for the honor. And of course, it's just in time for Valentine's Day. So I believe these are feral cats as part of like a catch and release program, or they call it trap, neuter, return. I know it is catch and release, where they, help stop the spread of the population of feral cats from growing. I know we've seen this from zoos where they're like, name a cockroach after your ex and then we'll feed it to a lizard. But at what point is this brujeria? Like, at what point is this straight up witchcraft? Like, is this witchcraft? Like, if you do this and then your ex is like, I can't have babies, like, would you feel bad? Would you be like, oops? For Valentine's Day.
Fellas, fellas, we ain't gonna keep taking these shots like this, bro. No, ain't no way, man. Fam, no, we're not gonna keep taking this. They're not gonna keep doing us, disrespecting us like this, fellas. We need to band up, come together. No, I don't like that. I do not like. Who is this company? The New Jersey Animal Shelter. Wow. And I'm from New Jersey. You know what? Nah, we're not taking this no more, fellas. The disrespect is getting out of control.
This family holds the record for the most generations and has gone viral on the internet. Each girl introduces her mother in a never-ending cycle. Take a look.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom. Hi, 6th generation.
Subscribe.
Wow.
This family holds the record for the most generations.
Wow. Wow. I'm trying to think, would I be able to do me, my pops? And I think that's where it stops. Yeah, it would have to start with my kid though. My kid, then me, then my pops. Yeah, that's where it would stop for us.
Here's some weird news. A woman in Ecuador shocked her family after waking up during her own funeral, hours after doctors declared her dead following a possible stroke and cardiac arrest. She's since been transferred back to the same hospital, which is now under investigation. Thousands of dead fish washed up on Bryan Beach.
They ain't even gonna be able to afford the lawsuit that they're probably gonna get hit with. Are you serious? Losing license would be the least of their worries.
Beach in Texas after warm temperatures depleted oxygen levels in the water. Officials are warning residents to avoid the Gulf Coast, citing high bacteria levels and remaining bones along the shore. And
this isn't
UFOs
good.
are taking over China. Sort of. This electric flying saucer was developed by a local tech company in Shenzhen. The vehicle is able to take off vertically and reaches a maximum altitude of 656 feet. Here's some weird news. A woman in Ecuador...
Hell, they lucky they didn't start the process, embalming and all of that type of stuff, man. Could you imagine?
A mix of bad and weird news for Twitter today, as Elon Musk plans to open a new office in Austin focused on content management. I kid you not, the social media platform wants to hire about 100 content moderators to work in what it describes as a trust and safety center of excellence, which sounds a lot like the teams and orgs that got immediately fired when Elon took over because he said he wouldn't need them and he would get rid of the bots. But it seems like they're just now rebuilding some of the content team that got laid off. I don't know, was it like a year, 2 years ago, something like that? It's been a blur since the man took over. But that's not the only thing that happened to Twitter today. Knitter.net's certificate expired this afternoon, and in case you're curious, Knitter is what allows you to view Twitter without being signed in. News articles rely on it, embed tweets. It's sort of the thing that made Twitter as popular as it is. You can have these for Instagram and other social media websites as well. It basically allows you to view and access the site without having an account and having to be signed in. And okay, so that just means less people are going to be able to view the website, less people are going to be able to embed it, less news orgs are going to use it. I don't know what's going on here, but I can tell you that it's complete clownery. A mix of bad and weird.
Elon got a lot going on right now. Content management. He just lost allegedly, because I think I saw this in passing, some type of $55 million situation he was in court about. I didn't even get a chance to read the article because I was at a meeting and I just saw it scrolling my phone and kept going. I saw that. Plus Neuralink. Oh, we gonna dive into Neuralink, bro. They talking about somebody, and I was just saying the other day how I didn't know if they were already doing human trials. I don't know if I dropped that video or not, but if I didn't, you'll probably see it later after this one. But they did one in someone. So I'm searching for the video. I want to see what happened. I want to know how it went. All of that about Neuralink, bro. I'm interested in that. So I got to find some videos on that stuff.
Has pulled off a $2 million heist inside Chadstone Shopping Centre.
The masked man broke into the complex late at night, then into a luxury boutique, escaping with a haul of high-priced watches in just minutes. Cassie Zervos has exclusive details.
What?
A monster heist inside Australia's biggest shopping centre, with millions worth of luxury watches stolen in just 4 minutes. Police suspect it may have been an inside job.
That's the first thing I thought of. That short amount of time they got this done in, somebody had to know the layout. Somebody had to know everything about it, the inner workings and everything. And to me, that sounds like inside job all the way.
Police suspect it may have been an inside job or a crime pulled off by someone familiar with the store and the Chadstone layout. It happened just before 3 a.m. yesterday. 7 News understands the thief got through this loading dock area at the back of the shopping centre, then accessed the Kennedy store on the 3rd level, breaking in at the rear. Once inside, the man, dressed in black with an orange high-vis jacket and a face mask, smashed several cabinets. 30 luxury watches were stolen in the heist, including prestigious Rolex and Frank Mueller timepieces, with the total value of around $2 million. The luxury Chadstone store has recently been renovated and is by appointment only. It stocks other designer brands including Cartier, Omega and Dolce & Gabbana. Watches like Rolex are so in demand, there's often a 3-year wait list just to buy one.
Wow.
And the resale value is anywhere between 50 to 75% of the retail price. There are security cameras in every corner of Chadstone. Crucial footage police hope will help them catch the thief. Cassie Zervos, 7 News.
It has pulled off
Now, my question with something like that is, you think they probably had them insured? And then that's why I say when you think about inside job, maybe the owner insure it, have somebody steal them, file an insurance claim. Boom. They just doubled up their money. That's crazy. 4 minutes though, bro. 4 minutes. You're in and out in 4 minutes with $2 million worth of watches, Rolex watches. Yeah, that screams inside job. All they gotta do is pay attention and wait. If that store stays open or doesn't go through any type of hardship or anything like that, yeah, they did it.
I thought it was the right thing to do for the environment.
Michelle Hederline was looking into getting solar panels when a salesman knocked on her Sarasota door.
You know, I have a very large roof.
She liked what she heard. Research on the company looked good, so she made the investment. But shortly after the panels went up in December, problems started because
no one had set up the app. I wasn't able to monitor it. I didn't really know how it worked.
She says they won't call her back, leaving her on her own.
Once the inspector came, they were supposed to come back, and they never came back. They never called me, and I couldn't get in touch with them anymore.
Michelle says her roof was damaged during the installation, and one of her 29 panels is already not working. But even though she has a manufacturer's warranty, she can't find anyone to do the work.
I called multiple companies, and no one wants to touch a system that they didn't install themselves.
She's happy with her $22 a month electric bill, but even if the system is not working properly, she's still stuck with monthly $180 loan payments on the $38,500 purchase for the next 25 years. The demand for solar has skyrocketed here in Florida, with the promise of homeowners saving money on their electric bills. That opens the door, literally, when the door-to-door salesmen come knocking to sell you solar.
Unless it's Girl Scout cookies, take a second glance.
Heaven Campbell of Solar United Neighbors, a nonprofit solar advocacy group, warns of high-pressure sales tactics by independent contractors.
Or make sure that you're, pausing and doing your homework before allowing anybody to, just pressure you into a sale right then.
Here are some tips if you're considering solar. First, make sure your house is a good candidate for solar. It's preferred to have a south-facing roof to get the most out of the sun. And be skeptical if the salesman wants you to remove shade-providing trees. Solar proponents say, don't do it. Another incentive is federal tax credits, which sound good. But if you normally get a refund, this will not apply to you. It's only for those who owe taxes. And speaking of money, the average cost of solar is around $25,000. Most solar companies work with third-party lenders that offer lower interest rates. The industry standard is to pay off your loan within 10 years to make it cost-effective. But some lenders can spread that out to 25 years, which means you're paying a lot of money in interest. Back at Michelle's, now you drive up, you see those panels. What kind of feeling does it make you have?
I love it and I hate it.
Most of her panels are working for now, but without the support of an installation company, she worries about the future.
And I don't know how long they will continue to be working, and I'm scared that I'm going to end up with just a bunch of holes in my roof. I thought it was the right thing.
$38,000. Now I want to ask her, if I could ask her, what was your bill? What was your electric bill beforehand? Because now you're stuck with $180 loan that you have to pay for the next however many years to cover this $38,000 bill, right? I'm pretty sure, looking at her home size, she probably had close to maybe $200, depending on how they use their AC. Their AC and their heat throughout the year. So what did you save? You know what I'm saying? What did you save in this situation? And this is why I don't rock with these dudes that be showing up at your house unsolicited and all of this type of stuff, talking about what they can do. Get away from my porch. Get away from my porch. It just screams scam nowadays. Everything screams scam to me. I don't trust nobody. Tax assessor dude showed up at my house the other day. Like, I was skeptical of him, and he had the shirt on, the badge, everything, and I was still skeptical. No, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. They need to show up at these days and times with police escorts, and I'll still be skeptical of it. Like, this stuff is crazy out here, man. And then she already having issues with these panels. Like, does anybody else have solar panels? And if you do, How is it going for you as far as the maintenance and upkeep and them working and tearing up?
G'day and welcome to Weird News from Australia. Woman comes home to find pole dancing koala. It's a weird one. Melbourne holds last ever naked bike race. I know what you're thinking, but it'd just be mostly old men, wouldn't it? Queensland woman who rode horse to Bolo drunk is now on probation. Do not drink and ride, guys. Don't ride your horses in the city. And finally, the biggest story of the day, the Australian government has been accused of hugging too many koalas. Don't know what that means. Don't know how the government hugs a koala. I couldn't be bothered reading it. That's your news. You're up to date. G'day.
It's the world we live in, y'all. Are y'all excited? I am. I'm excited about this world. It keeps me going.
Very real.
We were just driving down Shane, and the next thing you know, we just missed this giant sinkhole. It's amazing that we didn't fall in.
Pastor Barry Randolph and his niece narrowly missing the huge hole as they drove down Shane near Medbury. At the time, the sinkhole wasn't marked, alerting them and other drivers to the danger.
I thought perhaps a gateway to the other side had finally crinkled and cracked, opening up a putrid passageway in the middle of Chain Street to Beelzebub's bungalow many, many miles down. I don't know. As I stared into the darkened void, imagining the hordes of devils soon to spring forth, I couldn't help but ponder. How deep does that hole go?
Neighbors say crews were out here last Friday to patch the roadway. Then this happened sometime today.
You can also see all that water gushing out of there, and I don't know how deep it is, but somebody could have been seriously hurt.
Within an hour of alerting Detroit Water and Sewage Department to the caving roadway, crews arrived to begin repairs.
For on this hallowed day, sweet, sweet Mama Earth opened up her gaping and gaseous orifice to finally allow the darkened one to claw his way out of the shadow zone and into our luminescent heaviside lair, like Kruger into the Thompson's tub, and my consciousness is Nancy's open thighs. I don't know. I can only hope my vexed savior ascends, and that my servitude to the one true maestro of mayhem can finally be proclaimed. Choke me, devil daddy, choke me.
Pastor Barry, a man of God, believes it's a miracle he and others didn't get hurt.
God is good. I can't believe that either. And I mean, we just missed it. That was truly scary.
Through the holographic plane of existence that flickers and fades, like an Alf rerun watched at 3 o'clock in the morning whilst your sleeping stepdad slumbers and snores, I now see this world as evanescent as I lock eyes with the legion of the underworld who will stand shoulder to shoulder with me and see me as more than Mark who works at Arby's, see me as the true soldier of Samhain that I really am, and together we will chant into the brightened fray, stepdads be damned and naysayers be gone, for I am the Prince of Purgatoria. I am the infernal firstborn son of Lucifer. I am Gordon Shumway the rogue, last son of Melmac, and the luckies of this world didn't even stand a chance. I don't know. Holes are pretty cool.
And we are so thankful that no one was hurt in all of this. We're told the sinkhole was a result of an 18-inch water main break. Given the scope of the repairs needed, this job could take a couple days before it is complete. For now, we're live on the city's east side. Back to you.
All right, nice work, Ronnie.
Very real.
Screw the sinkhole. We'll get back to that in a second. These news channels have got to just stop handing anybody a microphone. Just stop. Stop. And why did y'all even air this? Somebody in the back room or whoever's editing their footage has got the craziest sense of humor. Because this was not supposed to make the news. No way. No way. The sinkhole part, absolutely. You want to get that out to the people, let them know. I keep telling y'all, sinkholes, I don't know, man. These jokers here like the ninth wonder of the world. And there's nothing really we can do about them. Nothing we can do about them. But back to this weird man, bro. Why did they give him a microphone? I don't understand. I don't want nothing he's on ever in my system, man. You know what I mean? Listen, man, y'all get at me in the comment section. Let me know what you thought about this video. And stick around and stay tuned. The next one I'm gone, man. This world is crazy.